Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sivalgrim here and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we took a look at some fights from the secondary account, so that's basically what we're going to do here, and we got some pretty interesting fights with Raven in them, because I'm fighting the lower tier sub-bosses, so there's not much help for them to go around, so there's not much of a need to very efficiently use Raven, so I can use her with, let's say, a little bit more unconventional teams. But first up, we're going to see a fight over here, Kemflant Sakomen. I'm going to use All Blades on him, and I'm going to have a level 3 Nora Snow Globe on Dr. Fate, and a level 1 Nora Snow Globe on Shazam. So I'm starting to figure out what happened to Combo Interruption after the last update, by the way. Though still, there is still the possibility of me out of nowhere starting to suck at Combo Interruption. There is still that possibility, I'm not denying that. But I feel like after the new update, since a lot of the times where I fail Combo Interruption is because I even fail to block the first hit, is that the characters have a little bit of a higher delay than previously before they start actually hitting you. So that might be the case, and I'm going to try to adjust my combo interruption in that regard, and I'll update you on how it goes through the future videos. But yeah, Kemflant Sakomen back in there in our special 3. This fight locks our special 2, and it hurts a little bit this team, but it doesn't really matter that much, to be honest, so we're going to overall be fine. Also, I chose Shazam over Red Hood because Red Hood usually is better the more passive attack you have from your artifacts, because Shazam is going to give you a decent amount of attack. It's going to be 100% base attack, but if you got passive stats from the artifact that already give you, let's say, 10 to 15k attack, then you are going to be far better off having those extra seconds. But I feel like we still haven't reached that spot yet with discounts. Again, failing to combo interrupt there, boy, this is not going well, but you'll see some fights that will really depend on combo interruption. I think I did a slightly better job, especially in the, let's say, feature fight of this video that will most likely make it into the thumbnail and the title. Moving on to the next fight, so we have here Silver Banshee. So Raven was available, so I decided to throw her in with the Multiverse team. I did do the Multiverse team Raven in the past. It's okay, it performs okay. I don't feel like this is something that can be considered as a viable option, because, look, the obvious viable option is going to be just using Raven plus League of Anarchy, but there's some situations where League of Anarchy is gonna be enough by itself to finish the fight, so then it's kind of wasted to use Raven. Also failed over there to block for enough amount of hits. I'm trying to adjust my gameplay because I'm used to tagging in from flash combos with Multiverse Armor Typical, and there I can do more hits because I don't tag in from block. But yeah, I'm trying to find the team that's most optimal to use with Raven in those scenarios where you don't actually use them with League of Anarchy. And yet again, I did not block for enough time with Multiverse Armor Typical, but we're going to try and fix that. But we're gonna not play her for a while because sadly we can't. So Rebeshi tagouts are quite savage if they hit your damage dealer, because it's gonna be a huge time frame in which they're tagged out. And also we lost a lot of All Blade stacks. And over there she just didn't feel like swiping after the tag, and so that kind of sucked. That kind of sucked. Gonna block that, Raven back in there, reset the stacks. Keep in mind it's a gearless Raven, so we need to be very careful with her, so she doesn't take too much damage. Special tree in there, that was sadly not a crit. Now properly blocking the 2 hits, which is what led to my demise in previous tag-ins. Special tree in there. 4.5, yet again I think we're still running on 3 All Blade stacks, though we could be running on 4 with this team if I played it more optimal. Reset the Burning Flash is gonna get in there to kind of tank that super move. Raven back in there. Another special one, reset the Darkness. That lost us some stacks of Multiverse Armor Typical, but that's fine. Another special tree in there, 4.5 mil, and that's gonna be it for this one. And it's overall okay damage, but I don't feel like it fits too well the Multiverse team gameplay. So look, this dude might be a little bit of trouble for you, but there's a very easy way to deal with Grods. And there's actually multiple ways to deal with Grods, but this is the one that I found more optimal. So there's 2 problems with this dude. First up is the Super Shield, and second up is the crit immunity. The crit immunity is going to be bypassed by the Harbor Harley Quinn having the Dark Metal cards equipped, and the Super Shield is going to be bypassed by Predator Batman making use of the Kryptonite Spear. The Kryptonite Spear is going to be an artifact you get for free for finishing normal Rise of Krypton, and is going to allow you to have unblockable specials after a certain amount of combo. Since my Kryptonite Spear is only level 3, that's going to have to be above 36 combo or 38, I'm not 100% sure. It's either one of them. So I actually adjusted my League of Anarchy gameplay here a bit so that I do a longer combo than usual with Harley, and I hit him a few times while he is not stunned, so that I am able to have enough to guarantee an unblockable special 2 with Predator Batman every single time. Harley beginning another combo. Predator Batman in there to tank the super move, he has no trouble doing that. And he backs off from that, so we saw a window there to be able to use the special 2 because the super shield didn't have enough energy to be triggered, but it just wasn't meant to be. Also, another way to bypass this, if you haven't cleaned up Rise of Krypton and you don't have the Kryptonite Spear at your disposal, is to use the Claw Force on Predator Batman and hit him until he's stunned, and when he's stunned you're going to have an opening to use the special 2 and then you can tag in Harley. Or if you don't have this team at your disposal, you can use Skinflint Sakuman with Claw Force to stun him, or support plus Skinflint Sakuman with All Blades, and you put on the support / combo builder the Claw Force. You can use Emerald Green Lantern because it gives you a chance to stun the target with basic attack hits, but basically while they are stunned they are not going to have any way to make use of their super shields, so yeah, there you go, a little bit of advice on that one. We're going to fight Red Hood over here. And with this one I just chose to go Firebox on Dr. Fate. And we're going to have the level 3 Snow Globe on Shazam. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's a level 3 Snow Globe or it's a level 2. I know for a fact I kept 2 of them. And I haven't shattered any artifacts until this point, so it's either 2 or 3, I'm not 100% sure, but All Blades plus the Firebox, I just didn't want to bother too much with anything else, because we could have put another Snow Globe for more passive stats, or we could have put the Dark Metal cards on Dr. Fate for the guaranteed crits, but I think having an optimal gameplay and being able to lock this dude into an infinite combo will actually be the more optimal choice here. King gets back in there, into a jump attack special 3. You can kind of do that trick if you don't have enough energy for the special 3, but you're close to that. You block a hit into a jump attack. That's kind of guaranteed if you do it soon enough, because the enemy is not gonna try and use any specials until they do like 3 hits or something like that, usually. King back in there, special 3 in there, re-engage the combo. Dr. Fate back in. Back off all blocking, re-engage the combo. Skinflint Sakuman back in there, special 3. Re-engage the combo. Dr. Fate back in there. And we're at the point where I think we're going to easily have enough energy for a special 3 every single tag, and so we have moved into the infinite combo area with this super move there on almost a 40 hit combo, and that was a 5.3 mils, so I'm quite happy with that result. Re-engage the combo there. Skinflint Sakuman back in, special 3. Swipe right, tap 2 times, swipe right. And this is not necessarily the most optimal way to tag in with Skinflint Sakuman, because you could do it in a certain way where you're going to have 4 All Blade stacks when you use the special 3. But I just decided yet again to not really bother with playing it the most optimal possible way, because it was honestly not needed. Like, this dude is going to easily die. Again, using Shazam because I still feel like for the story it's going to be far more useful than using a Red Hood to extend duration. Re-engage the combo there. Skinflint Sakuman back in there into another special 3, and that should be almost over. One more tag, and I think I could have finished with a special 1, but decided to not take the risk and go for the safe option over here. Another special 3 in there. And yeah, there we go. Now moving on, we're going to fight Boss EPI in the next fight, and she's got, as far as I remember, 25% of stamina on tagging, which is not that high, so you could risk it, I guess, or you could just play a team that doesn't need to go tag in and out. We have the Ninja team with Dark Metal cards, and we have these Snow Globes on their 2 characters to give us some passive stats. We're going to pin her in the corner and continuously combo interrupt her. We don't have access to special 2, so that in theory is going to heavily reduce our Batman Ninja team damage, because while the dot value on the special 2 is not that high, the constant stacking of lethal, because the lethal can get stacked by the dot damage, would be quite good, but it's not going to be the case here. But we're going to be fine. I think we have enough damage. I sped this up because it's not much to talk about. We basically just combo interrupt into special 3, and hopefully we don't fail, and hopefully we pin her to a corner. She's super move. And at this point, she's kind of half health, and it's kind of the halfway of the fight. So without too many mistakes, we should be able to pull this one off. Combo chopped against Special Tree. A little bit less damage because the Dark Metal card's guaranteed crit area was not beneath us, and as soon as that gets back in there, our damage is going to severely increase. Like, I can't stress enough how much guaranteed crits are going to actually increase your damage. Combo chopped again. Combo chopped again into another Special Tree. Combo chopped again. Combo chopped again into yet another Special Tree. And yeah, that's gonna be easily enough. And I think we did a decent job with combo interruption. This is kind of one of the first fights where I actually tried to hold block for longer than I was used to holding it, and it worked. The rewards are absolute garbage, but that's to be expected. That's kind of the norm of things. And yeah, for the feature fight of this video, the fight that will most likely make it into the thumbnail and the title, Just League team plus Raven. There's one huge flaw with this team that sucks ass, but there's no way to go around it. So Flash, I'm pretty sure there's like a few more characters that do this thing, but with Flash is going to be kind of the only one that's relevant. Like the Just League Flash, because the other characters you just don't use them, so you don't really care for the most part. But Flash is going to have a longer tagging timer than other characters for some reason. I don't know why they decided to do that. It doesn't even make sense from, let's say, a lore perspective, because Flash is supposed to be faster, but he's the slowest character in the game alongside some other characters who tag him. So that's gonna suck a bit, especially with the Gyarados Raven, because she's gonna have to expose herself to slightly more damage, because we have to block like 2 hits. That might also hinder my tagging from a block at points. Raven back in there into another special one. We have the Snow Globe on Raven, so she's gonna be fine. She's going to pretty much regen the health that she loses by blocking, so that's fine. We had Cyborg tank, that super move. Flash is gonna run with Dark Metal cards. Could have run All Blades, but that would have been far more risky, and plus I feel like Dark Metal cards are going to stack very, very well with Raven. We can clearly see that on the League of Anarchy team, actually. And yeah, when we do a swipe and it's a crit and stuff, it's gonna be 300 mil par values. So since you got 4 fast attack hits, if that happens to also be a fast attack hit, it's going to be somewhere around 1.2 mil per swipe in those specific scenarios. And yeah, I messed up the tagging from a block there because I did not block enough with Raven, I guess. That almost messed up the entire fight, but that's fine. We're alive. Flash back in there. And you can squeeze in special trees with Flash, I guess. And I could have stayed far more with Flash in combat. I had absolutely no need to refresh the Darkness tags on Raven that often, so this could have been played so much better, but I'm simply not used to it, and I guess I'll get better at this if I played more, which kind of stands for every single thing. So yeah, definitely a higher combo with Flash could have been done. We could have done more special trees at points. But yeah, it was enough to kill this, and thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe and comment down below, it helps out a lot, and like the video, dislike it if you dislike it. I'll see you all in the next one, and yeah, Batman Jet Team plus Raven still seems to be far better. But yeah, goodbye!
This is the future.